Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Timi Alo. Today I'll be sharing with you 5 skills I think you could pick up if you're planning to move abroad. And I'll start out with driving. Driving isn't a list of the 5 skills, by the way. Driving is an essential skill everybody should possess. When you're able to drive, you're able to navigate from one place to another. Sometimes when you move abroad, you might not be able to afford a car right up, but it's important to have that driving skill, because some jobs that you will get, like the job I got when I first moved to Australia, was a disability support role. And in one of the interviews I had gone for, it was essential that I knew how to drive so they could allocate me with one of the office's car, which I could use to transfer myself from the office back to the client's house, back and forth, from the shops, wherever I was transporting the person I was supporting. So driving is very essential. Don't say, oh, I don't know how to drive, I'm not going to learn how to drive. It's important to know how to drive, and this is not even a bargain. It's something that you should know how to do when you're moving abroad. So let's go back into the 5 skills I think that are very essential. The first skill is hair making. If you heard me right, I said hair making. So hair making encompasses cutting your hair, barbing your hair, trimming your hair for people who don't want to cut it all off. It also encompasses braiding, micro twisting, wig making, weave on extension attachment, and also wig maintenance. Many people know how to make hair, like braiding, twisting, crochet, like what I have. Many people know how to barb hair for the men, they know how to trim hair and all of those good stuff. But it's important to know how to maintain wig, because we live in a world where more people are getting onto wearing wigs, because it's just very easy and convenient, and you can really change your look based on how you feel part-time. And so it's important to know how to maintain those wigs. Some people who've lived abroad for a long time don't have access to wig maintenance folks back home. So if you're coming abroad and you know how to maintain wig, you'll be cashing in so good, because people will come to you. You'll be their go-to person when it comes to wig maintenance. So there's a lot of talk on making hair, there's a lot of talk on barbing hair, but I haven't really gotten someone who can maintain the wigs that I have. So I think it's essential to know how to maintain your wigs. And so when you're coming abroad and you have that skill, you'll be the go-to person for people. And the second skill I'll be mentioning today is learning how to sew. I personally make clothes, and I've made some money from sewing, and I even have a business that is all about making zero waste African fashion. So if you're very keen, you can learn how to sew. You could be like me and sew really simple styles and avoid the complicated styles. And if you're even more keen, you can learn how to make complicated styles, which you will charge more for, and you'll make more money from, because it takes a lot more time to make those dresses than the simple styles that I make. So it's important to know how to make dresses. So making dresses could also be alteration. Some people have gotten a clothes 2 sizes up, they want it trimmed down. Some people have gotten 2 sizes down and they want you to make it bigger. Some people want you to cut the hem of their shirts from a 3/4 to a short sleeve. Some people have gotten trousers and they want you to turn it to knickers. All of those good stuff. You can make extra money if you know how to sew. And you can also make some money by measuring people. So some people make their money by just taking measurements for people, that those measurements then sent back home to Nigeria, to Ghana, to Cameroon, to make proper clothes. So you can make your money from all of those skills, and it's all under sewing. The third skill I'll be talking about today is culinary skills. That's very essential. There are times you don't feel like cooking and your next best is to buy food, but you really don't want to be eating chips and burger and all of those things. That sometimes you're craving homemade food that tastes like home, tastes like Nigeria, and they're not readily available. So whatever it is that you have is what you eat. But if you know that there's a person that can make you good food, I bet that that's the person you'd want to be contacting to make you that homemade afang, that homemade egusi or a fobiru, whatever it is that you're craving, and you really cannot cook it because of time or because you've just had a baby, whatever it is, you can always be sure that if you know how to cook special dishes, you'll be making your money when you move abroad. And so that's the third skill I think is it's very important to learn. So if you don't know how to cook so well, you can go to a culinary school and just do like crash courses on all of those soups, get your recipe so that you stay consistent, so that if I patronize you today, your egusi is not tasting great and tomorrow is tasting blah. It's important to have all of those skills and just know how to ensure that your recipe stays consistent, so that way you have consistent customers who then refer you, and before you know, you have a network of people who come to you just because you know how to cook well. And that skill then is kind of linked to the third skill, which is learning cultural languages. So many people abroad don't know how to speak their cultural language, they don't know how to speak their cultural dialect, and it's not because they really don't want to learn, it's just because some of us moved abroad at a very young age. Some people left them when they were 3 years old, some people when they were 13, and they really did not have time to learn those cultural language. So if you know how to speak your cultural language, specifically a dialect or something, you could make money by teaching people online, which is awesome, because you're one person teaching 1,001 people and you're making your money just by teaching people how to speak native languages. So it's important to learn how to teach, and then you can teach people how to speak native languages, how to write letters in their native mother tongue. It's just very beautiful, the many things you can do when you're culturally rich and cultural good background. So it's important to know how to do those things very well. The fifth skill, which I think is very essential, is learning how to play musical instruments. So many people abroad will have young kids, want their kids to play one musical instrument or the other, and school doesn't offer all of those knowledge. And so if you know how to teach how to teach musical instrument, you could be making money. So all those choir boys in church back home could be making cool money just by teaching someone how to play piano, the drum, saxophone, whatever it is that is your specialty. You'll be making so much money just by teaching someone else how to play those musical instruments. And that's that for the 5 skills that are very essential, that I personally think will make you extra money. It's not the most common skill you'd find on online to learn when you're moving abroad, but this is my preferred 5 skills that I think are very essential if you're moving abroad. And I would like to add 2 bonus skills. The first bonus skill is knowing how to use social media perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, but to a very good amount. So there's so much social media these days that you cannot really thrive in a new country if you don't know your onions on social media. So you have to know your basics, your bread and butter, how to post reels, how to make videos, how to edit, because it will cost you money if you're outsourcing those things, and sometimes they might not deliver the quality that you desire. But if you know how to do social media a bit, you'll be making some money for yourself just by being able to do that for your business and for other people who are not as good as you on social media. And so that's one bonus skill I think is very essential to learn. The second bonus skill I think is important to learn is account management. So all of the skills I've mentioned, if you don't know how to balance your book and you don't know how to do your credit and debit and just know how to manage your account, you will not be able to make profits. You will not be able to report to the tax man when it comes at the end of the financial year what you've done and how much you've spent and what your profit margin is. You will not be able to do all of those things if you don't learn the basic accounting skills. It's very important to know how to input into some Excel formulas that are already online, and just know how to do your online management, your financial management. Essentially, it's very important to know how to do that. And the third bonus skill I'll be giving today is trading. I know so many people around here who don't have any of the skills, maybe just driving and maybe social media management and probably some accounting skills as well, but they know how to trade, and trading is very essential. So trading, you could be selling extensions from Nigeria, from other parts of Africa, to people here who make hair. You could be selling fabrics to people who sew. You could be selling ready-made clothes from Nigeria, from other parts of the world, to people who are here, and you'll be making good money because you know how to trade. So trading is important. Just learning basic buying and selling, supply and demand, studying the markets will help you achieve success here. Some people have never worked a day in their life, either 9 to 5 or not the other kind of jobs, like the manual jobs some people have done. They've never done that because they have all of the skills. And so this is me saying, if you're moving abroad, pick up a skill or 2 from my list and you're sure to excel. God bless you. Bye bye.